Resisted, man.
Take the watch.
Not real. Come on.
You were told to sit down, please.
Aggressive airline passengers harassing the flight crew and frightening everyone on board.
What happens when airport thieves try to outsmart security?
In addition to his jewelry, Brooks says he also had life-saving medication in his bag.
Well, you get swift justice as these would-be criminals are caught red-handed and taught a lesson they won't soon forget.
Walking away with thousands of dollars worth of golf clubs and gear.
Join me as in today's video. I'm going to reveal 30 airport thieves who messed with the wrong security. 1. Miami International Airport's thief. Breezing through Miami International Airport, you might think the worst you'll deal with is a pat-down or tossing your water bottle. Guess again. This time, it's the TSA agents. Yeah, the folks supposed to keep things safe, caught on camera lifting cash right out of passengers' bags at a security checkpoint. We've got Labarius Williams, 33, and his sidekick Josue Gonzalez, 20, starring in this not-so-uplifting scene. Caught red-handed on June 29, 2023, surveillance footage showed them plotting like pros. One grabbed something slick from a luggage tray and pocketed it quickly. The other was seen fishing a wallet from a bag. The total haul? A cool $600 from a traveler just trying to get by. Miami-Dade didn't let it slide. Both agents faced grand theft charges. Gonzalez might dodge the bullet with a deal, but Williams. He was on the trial calendar for October 23rd. Meanwhile, TSA had them benched with no pay and no screening, just waiting for the hammer to drop. 2. San Diego International Airport's thief. Some unlucky travelers encountered a sticky-fingered surprise at San Diego International Airport instead of their luggage. Enter Alberto Estrada, the guy with a penchant for pinching bags right from under your nose. Court documents spilled the beans. He pleaded guilty to a whopping 22 counts of burglary and snagged a cozy 180-day stay in county jail for his troubles. Caught red-handed on camera, Estrada was slick enough to swipe suitcases and waltz out like he owned the place.
He's out on probation now, and he's been ordered to stay away from the airport unless he's flying.
Karl Jelsovsky from Idaho, one of the victims, couldn't believe the audacity. Stealing in such a packed spot? 3. Hartsfield-Jackson Airport's thief. Think about this briefly. So you're just landing at Hartsfield-Jackson, ready to grab your bag and peace out, but guess what? Your luggage, packed with top-tier gear and military gadgets, is MIA from the Carousel. Classic, right? Well, the savvy traveler had a GPS tracker tucked inside.
Go, look at the go. We got a unit with me.
Talk about being prepared. When he realized his stuff was gone AWOL, he contacted the Atlanta PD. They got the lowdown and bam, the GPS pinged. That missing bag? It was living it up on a MARTA train cruising towards Dunwoody. But hold up, the bag was making a grand return to the airport. 4. Fiumicino Airport's thief, headed to Fiumicino Airport in Rome for a trip maybe? Expect the usual long lines, grumpy faces, and oh, watch out for those sneaky thieves too. Like this cheeky bloke, right? CCTV caught him red-handed, swiping over £7,000 from a fellow passenger's tray. The victim, just a guy trying to help his sick relative, placed 2 fat envelopes of cash in a yellow tray and got held up. Enter our thief in a crisp white shirt, who coolly grabbed the cash from the X-ray scanner, pocketed it, and then made a classy exit with his jumper tied around his neck. But guess what? This slick move ended with him being nabbed while trying to jet off to Russia. It turned out the cash was stashed in a loo roll holder. 5. Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport's thief. In Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport, the last thing Chinese traveler Kai Ji expected was to get his suitcase swiped, especially one packed with goodies worth over £25,000. But guess what? That's exactly what happened.
21มาแล้วแล้วก็หยิบกระเป๋าเขา
Enter Patrick Collier, a 57-year-old Belgian with a sketchy hobby. He was a serial suitcase swiper, nailing his 28th heist right under the noses of airport security. This guy's MO? He targeted those plain-looking bags thinking they'd fly under the radar. Too bad for him, not this time. Caught red-handed on CCTV, the cops captured him just as he tried to slip onto a flight to Vietnam. His loot? A stash including jade statues and a Gucci belt, all tucked away in what he thought was just another ordinary bag. Now, Collier was cooling his heels in custody, awaiting his next move in the game of international cat and mouse. 6. Hartsfield-Jackson. International Airport's thief. In Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, you'd think the biggest worry would be losing your luggage, not someone swiping it right off the carousel. But that's exactly what went down on December 20th, 2023. There's 29-year-old Chase Pittman, casually snagging 2 bags like he's shopping at a Black Friday sale. Cops spot him bolting through the terminal and give chase, hollering for him to ditch the loot. Pittman's big escape plan?
Yes, sir. So don't get ugly with me now. I'm the wrong bus. You hear me?
Darting into the MARTA station, linked to the airport, thinking he'd disappear on a train. Spoiler alert, he didn't. The cops nabbed him before he could vanish into the crowd. 7. Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport's thief. When you think you can just swipe a Rolex at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport and waltz away unnoticed, think again. Enter Igor Ramos, the 27-year-old who turned into an accidental TV star when he grabbed a watch someone left at baggage screening. Surveillance cams caught every second of Ramos's not-so-slick move, spotting the Rolex, sliding it into his bag like it's no big deal, and plastering his face all over the screens. Fast forward a bit, and the Broward Sheriff's Office, with some nifty detective work, tracked him down in New York City, still sporting the stolen goods. Caught on a casual Friday in 2012, Ramos played it cool, claiming he was clueless about his newfound fame. Meanwhile, the rightful owner, Gloria de Regalado from El Salvador, could finally breathe a sigh of relief. 8. Indira Gandhi. International Airport's thief. Imagine landing at Delhi's bustling Indira Gandhi International Airport, eager to retrieve your luggage, only to find your precious jewels gone. Yep, welcome to the 2016 heist saga starring ground staff duo Amit Kumar and Rohit Kumar.
तो सब कुछ सामान्य लग रहा होगा, लेकिन इसकी पूरी हकीकत जानेंगे तो हैरान रह जाएंगे.
These crafty fellas, employed by Air India SATs, turned the baggage handling area into their personal treasure chest. Cue the Delhi police, digging through CCTV footage, initial scans, nothing fishy, but dig a little deeper inside the aircraft's belly, and there they are, our not-so-gentlemen thieves, snipping open bags like it's Christmas morning. 9. A baggage handler caught pocketing a speaker. A passenger was just trying to get from Ibiza to Madrid on a Ryanair flight, chilling to the holiday vibes, and bam, a baggage handler decided it was his lucky day. This newbie, barely 3 days on the job, got caught red-handed on camera, fishing out a red speaker from a suitcase and slipping it into his pocket. But quick as a flash, the eagle-eyed passenger filming this sneaky move alerted the crew, and before you knew it, the cops had this guy singing like a canary, confessing to the theft. 10. German thief caught stealing British woman's suitcase. On a trip to Thailand for some sun, sea, and stealing? Well, that was exactly what one crafty German tourist, Michael Joerg, age 39, decided was on his holiday itinerary. On December 13th, Joerg was caught on CCTV casually swiping a British holidaymaker's suitcase from the bustling Suvarnabhumi airport in Bangkok and hailing a cab like he had just scored a Black Friday deal. Fast forward to January 19th, 2019, and our globe-trotting thief's adventure hit a snag at a southern border checkpoint in Trat. The cops nabbed him, and Jurg sang like a canary, admitting he had done this little suitcase snatch-and-sell routine more times than he could count, always targeting those inconspicuous dark cases. 11. Wisconsin cops bust alleged rental car thief at Milwaukee Airport. In 2023, Sean Gibault, just 23, decided Mitchell International Airport was the perfect spot for a little grand theft auto. Cue the dramatic police chase, with Sean making a mad dash the wrong way through the rental lot.
Our video shows the moments Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies catch up with Gibault.
Deputies were on him like white on rice, throwing down spike strips that brought his joyride to a screeching halt. They ordered him to hit the deck, and for a hot second, it looked like he'd play nice. But nope, he bolted. In a flash, tasers were zapping and deputies were scrambling to cuff him. Despite his claims of just dodging the rain and some mental distress, the law had other plans. Thanks to the boys in brown, this car thief was thanking his stars they didn't shoot. 12. Indian family gets busted for stealing hotel accessories in Bali. A family of tourists in Bali thought they'd snag a few souvenirs from the hotel. Soap, mirrors, a hairdryer, the usual stash, right? Well, they got a rude awakening when the hotel staff caught them red-handed. Luggage was flung open, stolen goodies laid bare, and these tourists still had the nerve to deny it all until the staff threatened to call the police. Cue the backpedaling and sorry faces, offering cash to smooth things over. But no dice. The hotel wasn't having any of their money. It was all about respect. 13. Airline worker caught stealing from man's bag. Spirit Airlines scrambled to apologize after a video caught their gate agents at Armstrong International tossing items from a passenger's bag like they were junk. The culprits were contract workers, now suspended, with the airline rushing to patch things up by compensating the passenger.
Rifled through his bag, pocketing some of the contents while discarding.
Here's the scoop. Keone Brooks, the unlucky traveler, left his bag at the Spirit counter on February 19th after a check-in clash. Returning to Los Angeles, Brooks was shocked to see surveillance footage showing his pricey meds and keepsake jewelry being tossed. 14. Man arrested for exposing himself at Atlanta Airport. When jetting off from Atlanta's bustling Hartsfield-Jackson to the sunny shores of Florida, the last thing you expect is a free show nobody asked for. But that's exactly what went down. In the boarding area, Andre Galanine decided it was showtime, flashing a young traveler.
All right, put your hands behind your back, buddy.
Yep, right there, while everyone's just trying to get on their flight. Major Kelly Collier from Atlanta PD said they caught the whole thing on tape. Galanine hops on his flight to Fort Lauderdale like nothing happened, but guess what? The cops were waiting on his tail when he tried to sneak back into Atlanta, caught red-handed, or should we say pants down. 15. Airport arrest of Columbus police officer charged in federal drug case. A cop is meant to serve and protect, right? Not quite what you'd expect from a Columbus police narcotics officer, but for Marco Marino, it was more about trafficking fentanyl, enough to knock out 4 million people, than keeping the streets clean. This guy, wearing a badge, was caught red-handed by the FBI, no less. And the courts? They weren't having any of it. Locked up with no bail after admitting to the whole 9 yards of his drug lord cosplay. 16. Brazen bag theft at Heathrow Airport. Have you always thought of Heathrow Airport for some much-needed holiday vibes? Well, think again. It's more like open season for cunning thieves than a getaway paradise. Take the case of Daniel Kennedy, 54, and Denise Blackburn, 45, the notorious Southwark swindlers. These two made a day's work of duping tourists. Casually strolling into a phone shop, they played their parts to perfection, distracting a couple from Ghana with slick banter while plotting their next move. With Blackburn blocking the view, Kennedy was quick to swipe a handbag. 17. airline worker among 6 arrested in $22 million airport gold heist. Last year, 6 savvy crooks got nabbed for swiping over 22 million Canadian dollars worth of gold bars and cash straight out of a secure zone. They weren't playing small. Fake paperwork, insider help from 2 ex-Air Canada employees, and a getaway plan that nearly had them kissing their tracks goodbye.
Let me tell you about it.
Enter Project 24 Carat, with the US ATF in the mix, busting one of the gang, a truck driver chilling in Pennsylvania. His rental, packed with guns meant for the Canadian black markets. They wanted to trade stolen gold for firepower. 18. A crazy plane lady refused to leave the airport. When Tiffany Gomez, dubbed the crazy plane lady for her meltdown, caught on a viral video screaming, "That motherfucker is not real," the airport police were ready to slap cuffs on her. They thought she was blitzed out of her mind. There she was, causing chaos on an American Airlines flight bound for Orlando, fussing over AirPods, claiming the plane was doomed and trying to bolt mid-flight. 19. Armed police remove passenger from plane amid explosive device threat. It was a lazy Monday afternoon in August 2023 when, out of nowhere, chaos erupted at the airport. A guy, mid-flight check-in, claimed he was packing something that could go boom. The clock hit 17:15 BST, and bam, police and airport crews were all over him like syrup on pancakes. It turned out to be a false alarm, no explosives in sight. Meanwhile, travelers were stuck cooling their heels as a Jet 2 flight to Turkey got snagged in the mess. Scheduled for a 16:45 takeoff? Nope. It finally took off at 20:18, a whopping 3 hours late. 20. Woman swears at flight crew, throws a bottle at a passenger. A woman kicked up a storm because a flight attendant had the nerve to ask her to stow her furry friend. Caught on camera on October 12, 2022, and splashed all over Reddit, this lady wasn't having any of it. She shouted, swore, and even chucked a water bottle at someone daring to film her spectacle. 21. Disruptive passenger arrested for battery at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Valerie Gonzalez, 32, a New Yorker, just wanted to hit up Vegas, right? But no, fate had her seated next to a toddler on a JetBlue flight out of Fort Lauderdale. Seriously? After knocking back drinks all day, sitting beside a 3-year-old was not on her wish list.
Tomorrow, I don't give a I didn't do anything. I sat down.
She kicked up a storm, tried to switch seats, cursed up a storm, and even spat at the seat in front of her while ranting about her ruined plans. 22. California flight delayed as drunk passenger refuses to leave plane. One seriously sloshed lady caused a scene before the plane even left California. Captured by Amanda Graham's quick camera work, this lady didn't go quietly. Despite the crowd's growing impatience, she stood her ground, baffled by her own chaos, and demanded, "What did I do?"
You do it. Come cuff me.
The passengers were having none of it. "You're holding up, everybody. Please leave," one exasperated traveler shouted. But it was no use. The climax came when 3 airport cops dragged her off, making her the latest star in the sky-high drama series sweeping social media. 23. Unruly passenger arrested following a flight from LAX. Just when you think a routine flight from Los Angeles to Salt Lake City would be about sneaking in a quick nap or catching up on a movie, think again. It's America, land of the free and home of the absolutely unhinged.
Light directed at a woman seated nearby.
He started saying that wasn't her.
Enter one wild passenger on American Airlines who took it up a notch by growling, hissing, and literally eating his mask. This guy started harassing an Asian woman who was just trying to stretch her back, reducing her to tears. But that wasn't all. He was on a roll, throwing a tantrum at the flight crew and even getting into it with the co-pilot. 24. Man stealing Horizon airplane. In 2018 incident at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, Everyone was expecting a normal day, right? Well, strap in, because things were about to get wild.
All aircraft held from taking off.
Just kind of freezing everybody at the moment.
Enter Richard Bebo Russell, 28, a Horizon Airlines ground crew member with 0 piloting skills. 25. Airport workers stealing from passenger luggage. One would hear Miami and think of fascinating places to visit. But it turns out Miami's not just dealing with sun and surf, it's a hotbed for luggage looters too. Between 2010 and 2014, TSA cried foul over 30,621 claims of vanishing valuables, tallying up losses to the tune of $2.5 million. And Miami's in good company with JFK, LAX, and Orlando, also clocking high theft stats. 26. Thief makes off with $1,000 SE worth of golf clubs from DIA. Meet Jameson Bradford, the 35-year-old caught on a spree, swiping more than just a few golf bags. From July 23rd to August 12th, 2022, he managed to lift at least 8 sets of golf clubs right under everyone's noses. Total score? A hefty $41,699.
And beat him to the bag and stole the man's Callaways.
Altogether, the Denver and Aurora police tag-teamed to put an end to his little golf shop operation, catching him red-handed. And it wasn't just good policing. Shout out to the tipsters who saw Bradford on the surveillance snaps and called it in, just when you thought it was safe to check your clubs. 27. Man steals Lamborghini from airport. https://bantqtv.com, news, local, Lamborghini, Usus. Stolen keys inside unlocked Salt Lake City International Airport caught on camera. Video in sight. Take, for instance, you park a Lamborghini Urus, unlocked, with the keys inside, at Salt Lake International. Bold move. Even bolder was the guy who just waltzed into town, casually checking car doors in the airport's lot until, jackpot, a blue 2023 Lambo worth a cool $234,000 was sitting there, begging to be taken. 28. Cleveland police locate stolen bag at airport. For Esports commentator Dron Maingret, aka D1, it was all about holding onto his backpack at the airport. On a regular day flying back to California from Cleveland, D1 found himself without his backpack. Caught on camera, the plot thickened as police sifted through surveillance, pinpointing a flight attendant on a Frontier Airlines jet as the unlikely backpack bandit. The attendant claimed it was all a Good Samaritan act gone wrong, planning to hand over the found goods to a gate agent. 29. Airport worker charged with stealing firearms. On what seemed like a normal day at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, an employee was caught turning the baggage area into his personal shopping spree.
Type of story, but really it goes back to some pretty serious questions about...
But that's just what went down when 23-year-old David Vang, a contractor for Delta, decided to upgrade his personal inventory right from the passengers' suitcases. 30. Alaska Airlines baggage handler caught hurling suitcases. Just when you think you've seen it all at LAX, along comes a baggage handler from Alaska Airlines, turning the tarmac into a free-for-all for passengers' suitcases. The guy was hurling bags from the plane's belly right onto the hard concrete, not even close to making it onto the waiting cart. Seriously? Caught on camera by Raz Davidoff and splashed across Twitter on May 16, 2019, this spectacle had viewers split between calling it business as usual and crying out for better pay and gear for these workers. Which story amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments and share any airport security tales you've heard. While you're here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until our next upload, have a fantastic day and thanks for watching.